Hello, hello. Happy Saturday morning. Welcome to the Saturday organizing sprints. I'm Vivian and I'm happy to have you with me if you're with me. And if you're watching on video or watching on the replay, we're all watching on the video, then I'm happy to have you whenever you're able to watch. So what are we doing, you ask? Today, if you are part of the 30 Days to Ready Thanksgiving edition email challenge, today we are working on our dishes, plates, serving platters, all the stuff that we serve the food on and we eat the food from, right? So that's what we're organizing today. And honestly, we don't have to do that. That's Today is day 12. Is today day 12? 13? Day 12. Today is day 12 of the 30, which means we have 18 days until Thanksgiving. Is that my math? Did I do math right? 18 days? Two and a half weeks? And I know like lots of things happening this week in the world that kind of make you not want to organize your house. And yet, if the world is chaos, maybe like our home should be a little bit of calm. So we're going to keep organizing our house because that is what we can do right now. So yeah, today we're going to work on whatever you want to work on. But if you're keeping up with us on day 12, we are organizing our dishes, both eating dishes and serving dishes. So tableware, servingware. But I will also add, yesterday was Tupperware day, right? So the task for yesterday was to organize all of your food storage containers, right? Declutter them, organize them. Because, I mean, Thanksgiving was basically made for leftovers, and everybody has a million leftovers. And every home I've ever been in has an abundance of food storage containers. Sometimes for good reason. Like sometimes people really are like, they do, what's the thing where you cook food in bulk and then you freeze it? So then you have like freezer meals every night. You only have to cook once a week or once a month, and then you have food for the rest of the week or the month that you just have to heat up. So you need food storage containers for that. But I think a lot of people just like have food storage containers. And a lot of people I notice in New York anyway have takeaway containers that they keep, right? You're keeping takeaway containers, even though you already have like real food storage containers as well. So in any event, like yesterday's task was to open that cupboard, open that drawer, and deal with it, right? Because you want food storage containers that you can find and that you can use without having to dig through everything, rummage around, looking for the right lid for the right bottom container. So if you want, like maybe you just couldn't face it yesterday, work on your food storage container drawer today, your food storage container cupboard. Work on that today, right? Or, I mean, the whole purpose of this, like, maybe what you really need to do, I don't know, maybe you need to get your laundry folded and put that away, right? So do that. Maybe you need to do the dishes in the sink, right? You need to wash them up, or maybe you need to empty the dishwasher, right? So maybe we're doing that today. We're just being productive, right? The whole goal of our organizing sprints is to do the thing that when it's done, your anxiety level is down and your happiness is up. So that is our goal for the Saturday morning organizing sprints, right? Do the thing that will get you closer to calm in your home. So here's how this goes down if it's your first time doing a sprint like this. So we at the top of every hour, we take a break, right? So right now we're taking a break. We're saying hello. So say hello. and chit-chatting and figuring out what we're going to work on, right? And then at about a quarter after, we start the sprint, which means that you and we go and do whatever it is we need to do. We're going to do it for 45 minutes, and then we're going to come back and take a break, right? We're going to take a 15-minute break, and then we'll do another sprint. So it's just a way to have a little motivation, a little accountability, and like a set time period. So you're not like, oh my gosh, it's going to take me 3 hours to do this. No, no, no. We're working for 45 minutes, and then we're going to talk and hang out, take a break, have a cup of coffee, whatever. So, um, so what am I going to do? What is the thing that would get me a step closer to calm? I feel like right now for me, it's my emails. And I need to go through my email inbox and sort it out because I was traveling earlier this week, and then this week has just been very busy. I haven't had a chance to look at anything in my email inbox. I've been doing my swipe everything into my read on Sunday folder that I think I want to look at, and so my inbox is low, but my read on Sunday folder is out of control. So I need to go through that and figure out like whether I really do want to read this stuff or whether it needs to go. And so that's what I'm going to do for the first 45 minutes of our sprint. But I know that some of you are watching this because you are actually following along with the 30 days to ready. And so today is tableware. So, how do we do that? How are we sorting our plates and dishes and serving platters and charcuterie boards and all of that? So here, there are steps. You know the steps. They're the steps that we do for everything, right? And first thing we do, we pull everything out of all the places that we're keeping them, right? So I would say for the first sprint, maybe focus on your tableware, like the stuff that you eat off of, plates, bowls, the dishes that you put on the table, your everyday stuff, as well as if you have like special holiday stuff. I would pull all that out too and have a look at it, right? So step one, pull all of that stuff out of all the places that you're keeping them, right? So if you're keeping the special plates up in a closet, pull them out. Let's have a look at them. I don't think you're going to get rid of them. This is not about getting rid of things, but you do want to see them because like you want to know, do we need to wash them? Are they cracked? Like, do we have a full set? Did we break one last year and we had to like get rid of it? So now we can only invite 7 people to dinner instead of 8, right? Because somebody doesn't have a bowl. I don't know. These are things that you need to know before the doorbell rings on Thanksgiving morning. So we're going to find out today what's going on with our tableware. So pull everything out, put it all on that table island that you cleared off on day 2 or 3, 4, day 4. So, and then when you're putting all of your dishes and plates and bowls on the table island, group it by category, right? So put all your bowls together, put all your plates together, put your, I would even add like your sugar, although sugar bowl, that would be serving. So we'll do serving next. But your plates, bowls, all the bowls, the big bowls, the little bowls, the big plates, the little plates, pull it all out. And if you have different sets of dishes, I would keep the sets together, right? As you're putting it out on your table island, keep the sets together. So that way you can see if you have a full set or what you might be missing from a set, right? Because when you decide to set the table and you want to set it with a complete set, it's good to know what you have, right? So keep the sets together, group the items within each set by category, right? So that way you can see what you've got, what you might not have in each set. And that can help you when you're making some of the keep or discard decisions that you're going to make in the next step. Step 3, figure out which items you use, need, want, or love, right? And so I'm going to add to, check this out. So here, Here's a list of questions that you can ask yourself if you're just not sure what to do, right? And I'll leave these up on the screen while we're sprinting. And so if you're like, I don't know what I'm keeping or what I'm getting rid of, if you're stuck on some things, ask yourself some of these questions and see if that helps you get to the answer. And if you're still stuck, write your dilemma, stick it in a comment, right? And we'll talk about it. I'm going to be here. I'm going to be like working on my emails during the first sprint, but I can see the comments. So if you are stuck or you have a question, let's talk about it. So some questions you ask yourself, right? Do I use it? Am I going to use it? And if you don't use it, why not? Right? Maybe you're not using it all the time because they're your special holiday dishes, right? Well, is there a reason to keep them in your cupboard or your closet? Maybe because you use them on the holidays, right? So if there's not a reason to keep it in your cupboard and you're not going to use it and it's just taking up space in your kitchen, then maybe you don't need it, right? If your space in your kitchen is limited, we want to make sure that the things we are keeping are space worthy, right? So, another question, do you like the way it looks, right? Is the style of this plate your style? Or do you look at it and just kind of go, oof, I don't, oof, why do I have this? Right? Um, is it in good condition, right? Is it chipped or cracked or stained? Um, is it part of a set? And do you have the rest of the set, right? And if you don't have the entire set, is that okay? Right? Maybe it is. um, how many of these do I have? How many do I actually need? Right? Keep the best ones. Like if you have two 12-piece place settings, do you need two 12-piece place settings? And if you decide that you don't need and you don't know which one to keep the best one. Keep the one you love the most, right? Um, so once you decide what you're keeping and what you're not keeping, everything that you're not keeping goes into a bag or a box and it goes off to the donation center, right? Anything that you are keeping, go ahead and start putting that stuff back into your cupboards or your drawers, right? And again, I would keep the sets of dishes together, right? A set each, if you're keeping multiple sets of dishes, keep them together, keep each set together. And then, maybe even like have separate shelves on your cupboard, right? With the set that you use, your everyday dishes on the easiest to access shelf. And the set that you don't use very often on another shelf that is higher, maybe, right? You want easy access to the stuff you're using every day. So, and if you have tableware that you're only using for special occasions, I would keep that separate from the rest of your everyday dishes, right? Because you don't need it to be easily accessible all the time. So I would put that on a higher shelf, or maybe the cupboard above the refrigerator, or maybe in a closet somewhere else that's out of the way of your everyday life. So, um, also, while you're looking at your tableware, it's a good time to think about whether you have the right amount of tableware for hosting whatever events you're going to be hosting, right? Um, a- how many guests are coming to your house, and do you have enough tableware to accommodate the kind of party that you want to throw? And do you have the right kind, right? If you're throwing an ice cream sundae party for 25 people, do you have 25 bowls? And if not, what are you going to do about it? So it's a good time to just sort of keep in your mind your inventory of what you have coming up on the holiday season. Okay, so that is our plan for the first sprint. We're going to work for about 45 minutes, 43 minutes. Now we're going to go to the top of the hour. I'll be here. So if you have a question, go ahead and pop it in the comments and we'll talk about it. And have fun. I'll see you at the top of the hour. All right, that is 45 minutes. We're back at the top of the hour, so it is time to take a break. Um, how did how did you do with your decluttering or your organizing or your laundry or your emails? I did really well with my emails. I got everything. I've had a first glance at everything. I deleted all of the junk, all of the stuff that I'm never ever ever going to read, and I started going through and reading some of the stuff that I do want to read. I skipped over a lot of the political stuff because I'm just not ready to read all of the rage. I have my own rage, and so I feel like I don't want to read everyone else's. It's not helpful to me right now. So I skipped a bunch of stuff um, and deleted a bunch of stuff that I know that by the time I want to read it, uh, there will be different, better, more nuanced stuff out there. Um, So yeah, what I did read though, I read something interesting, and I want to share it with you in an email from someone I got. I'm actually going to read it. I cut and pasted it because it was stuff that I was like, "Ooh, this is actually really interesting." But it made me think of what we do when we're decluttering and organizing our home. So I'm just going to read the sentences. Deciding to fix a big dent in a car isn't perplexing. It's an easy choice, right? There's a huge dent, get it fixed. Sorry, let me quit this real quick. It's going to be beeping. Oh, crap. What did I just do? Oh, no. I just quit what I needed to read. I'm going to reopen it. Maybe I can. Yeah. Oh, now I've got to find it again where I said this, where I found this, wrote it. Sorry. Oh, here we go. No, that's not it. Here we go. Okay. I'm going to start over. Deciding to fix a big dent in a car isn't perplexing. It's an easy choice. There's a huge dent, get it fixed. It's the little dents that are a dilemma. But not fixing little dents means that pretty soon we're driving a car that we're not happy with. Either that, or we define happiness as okay with little dents. Right? And I think this definitely happens with the inbox, the email inbox, but it happens everywhere else in our house too, right? Something big happens in our house and like we fix it, right? I'm trying to think. There's at Christmas, right? You take the Christmas tree down, and you've got just a mess everywhere because it's been Christmas. Well, you clean it up, right? You tidy it up, you put everything away, you get all the Christmas ornaments organized and put them away in the closet, right? It's a big problem. You fix it. It's the little things that happen, the little things, the little messes, the little bits of clutter that accumulate in your house that are the dilemma, right? Like they're just little things. They're not like a big thing that you had to fix. They're just these little things that make you go, ugh, I should fix that, but then you don't, right? Which is fine. But pretty soon, not fixing the little things means that you're living in a house that you're not happy with, right? Or it means that you are defining happiness as I live in a house that's a mess. And that is just how it's going to be. So I thought this was interesting, talking about, fixing the car and not fixing the car and what it does to us in the long run. And I think that's true about our homes too, right? The little things all add up. And then all of a sudden we're living in a house that we're not happy with. So I think if we just, I'm a big fan of doing a little thing every day. I'm a big fan of doing big things, right? I'm a big fan of let's just take a week and do the house, right? But you can't always do that. And so tackling one step at a time is the way to go when you're trying to get your home in order. And so that's why I put together the 30 days challenge, because it's a little thing that you can do every day to get your kitchen set up, to get your, we're going to get to the entryway and the coat closet coming up, We're going to get to the bathrooms. We're going to get to, tidying up the living room. We're going to get to, did I say the coat closet? We're going to get to the closet where you store your Christmas decorations, right? We're going to get to those things as we keep going through the challenge. But it is just tidy one little thing, and then another little thing, and then another little thing. And if you can just keep it going in a process, next thing you know, your home is tidy and everything is where it should be, and you're happy in your home. So, yeah, we're not having chaos in our home anymore. All right. So, let's see. What is our next sprint? What are we doing next? So we've done tableware. If we're doing tableware, and you're done, the next thing I would move on to, if you're sticking with the 30 days, the 30 days schedule, I would go with your like serving dishes, your serving platters, the boards and the bowls and whatever you have that you're serving. And I suppose, so I think I would include like the sugar bowl, the milk bowl, that kind of stuff with this, although those are usually parts of your tableware sets. So if you put those in with tableware sets, I'm okay with that too. So yeah, anything that you put food in or on to serve it, just declutter that. Go through the same process that you did with the tableware, right? Pull it all out. Put it all on your table island, grouped by category. This is important so you can see how many charcuterie boards do you have, right? How many crystal olive um, crystal olive servers do you have, right? How many chip and dip servers do you have, right? So keep them all together as you're pulling them out and putting them on your table island. Try to keep like items with like items, right? And then just start making the keep donate decisions. And when you're done, you start putting everything back. The keepers back, put the keepers back in the cupboards or wherever they're going to live in your kitchen, right? And again, it's a good time to think about like what you might be serving for the holidays throughout the whole season, right? Cookies, everyone's serving cookies, right? Turkey, what are you going to serve your turkey on? And just to make sure that you have what you need to be serving things on, right? Because we are 18 days away from Thanksgiving dinner. So you're going to want to know if you need to go buy a platter to hold your turkey. Or maybe you're serving a la carte from the roasting pan on the oven. That's what my family always did. We never set food on the table except the food we were eating, right? We didn't do the whole Norman Rockwell Thanksgiving dinner on the table scene. We were like, go fill your plate in the kitchen. So maybe you don't need a serving platter. Maybe you just need a roasting pan. Yeah. So that's, what you do for the next 45 minutes. So what am I going to do for the next 45 minutes? I'm going to continue going through my emails. Trying to decide actually if I should just delete some of those political things that I did save. I saved the ones from people that I am interested to read their opinion. But I do think that in a week, 10 days, not that the opinions will be different. I don't think the opinions will be different, but they might be more nuanced. So I may delete all of those. Here's my advice on email. Don't keep stuff in your inbox that you don't need. Right. I have a read on Sunday folder that I slide things into that I think I'm going to read. And then normally every Sunday I go through it and read. And then when I'm done reading them, I delete them, right? I'll take clips of stuff that I would want to remember and put them. I have a document that I put them all in, but then I delete them. I don't want to keep a giant inbox because that will overwhelm me every time I open my email. And I don't want to be overwhelmed every time I open my email, because that's how many times a day do we open our email. So I'm going to keep working through my emails. I really only have, there might only be like 10 that I got to read. So that's not going to take me the full 45. And then I think I will, I'm looking around at what I can work on. I don't know, I'll find something to be productive. So yeah, we got about we got about 5 more minutes in our break. So before we start working again. I was on my feet all day yesterday. So my back is a little bit stiff. Yeah, I was folding. I was doing a lot of folding. I worked in a mostly bedroom clothing yesterday. So putting everything in order, but I was doing a lot of folding, which had me in this position. And I kept thinking, stand up straight, Vivian, just stand up straight. So yeah, the dangers of a professional organizer. So I've been in New York all week. I mentioned earlier I was traveling early in the week. So yeah, I've been in New York all this week. I'm in New York next week. So if anybody's here, send me an email if you want a little help with anything. I'm here. Yeah, and then I'm in Cleveland at the end of month. So if anybody's in Cleveland, needs a little help, hit me up, send me an email. Let's see, what else? Have you got big plans for the weekend? Do I have big plans for the weekend? I think I'm having dinner tomorrow with with a friend of mine who just got back from France, which is cool. And work, like weekends are big working days actually for me normally, because that's when people are available. So I have a client later today. Yeah, that's my big plans for the weekend. I can't believe we only have 18 days, 2.5 weeks until Thanksgiving. It's wild. It's really wild. Yeah, so tomorrow, so I'm spoiling what's happening tomorrow in the email. I think tomorrow is when we're making our list of things that we are going to cook and bake and serve for our holiday events, so that we can plan for that and be organized for that. So I am kind of excited. I like to make lists. I like to make lists. I like to plan. I like to organize stuff. So I'm kind of excited to think about the good things that are going to happen this holiday season, especially after a week where I feel like all I've been thinking about is all the terrible things that could happen. So yeah, good things, thinking about good things tomorrow. Okay, are we ready to go into our next sprint? Have you got what you're going to do in your mind? Are you working on the tableware? Let me put this up. Let's put up our next thing here. For people who, if you're working on the servingware, I've got the questions you can ask yourself if you get stuck. Also, feel free to leave a comment, and we'll talk about like whatever your dilemma is. Or if it's you don't want to leave a public comment, send me an email, and we'll see if we can sort you out. Okay, so let's sprint until the top of the hour. So if you're in New York or if you're on the East Coast, Eastern time, I'll see you at 9. Um, if you're somewhere else, I'll see you in 45 minutes. So have fun. See you in a bit. Okay, that is the top of the hour, and that is the end of our second sprint. So tell me, how did it go? How did you get everything done that you wanted to get done? Um, I'm also curious, like if you did the serving dishes, um, like did you find serving dishes that you forgot that you had? Stuck in a cupboard somewhere that you were like, "Oh yeah. Huh." Um, did you find something sentimental that, like, made you happy when you looked at it and you were like, "Oh, yeah." So if you did, like, what was it? And, what's the story behind it? Let me know, in the comments. I think this is interesting, the things that people find when they're going through their cupboards. Um, yeah, so, like, one thing, a couple months ago, I was going through my cupboards, and I found this crystal. I mean, maybe it's crystal, I don't know. It could just be plain old regular glass or something, but it's really heavy, so I'm calling it crystal. It's an olive serving plate with, like, 4 compartments in it, and I totally forgot that I had it because I don't I hardly ever open the cupboard door that the crystal olive server is in, so I'd forgotten that it was in there, but I found it when I was going through my cupboards and organizing everything, and, yeah, I pulled that baby out, and I put some olives and some pickles and some chunks of cheese in it, and that is what I had for dinner. Yeah, I was like, "Oh my gosh, I have this cool olive server that I forgot about." That's really heavy, quite heavy. So did you find anything cool like that in your cupboards? Like, I don't know, something cool. Or did you find something weird, like a bowl full of jelly beans from last Easter or something like weird? Um, so one time I was staying at my friend's house. Speaking of finding weird things, I was staying with a friend, and I went to cook something, right? To open up the oven and put something into the oven. Um, and there was something already in the oven. So, and this was in like May or June. So, May or June, I'm at her house. She's out of town, and I went to cook something, right? I opened the door in May. There's something in the oven. Uh, and so I'm like, what is this in the oven? It was dressing left over from last Thanksgiving. I was like, "I think you have what's this?" So did you find anything weird? I hope you didn't find, like, dressing in the cupboard because that sounds like there might be bugs. But did you find anything weird? Did you find anything cool? Like, what did you find? I'm always curious what people find because we always find the coolest things. Did you find any money? People find money all the time in weird places. So, yeah, hopefully you found some money. That would be cool. And hopefully it isn't just like coins from your trip to Italy in the 70s and it's like lira that doesn't even exist anymore. Hopefully it's like good money, like 20s, stack of 20s. Anyway, so, that's the end of our second sprint, and so take a break, right? Or maybe just be done, right? You just worked for 2 hours on your house. Great job. Um, but if you wanna keep working, what I would do at quarter after, like, set your timer for 45 minutes or for 30 minutes or for however long you wanna work, and then, like, do what you're gonna do, right? If you're gonna organize a cupboard in your home or a drawer, pull everything out. Um, yeah, sorry, let's do this where I can see you better. Yeah, if you're gonna do another area of your home, if you're just gonna keep going, like you're on a roll, right? Step one, pull everything out. Step two, sort it, right? Put it into categories. Edit it, right? Choose what you want to keep, what you maybe don't need anymore. And then put the things that you're keeping back in place, right? And take the things that you are not keeping out of the house. This is the key. Like, if you make a decision that you don't want something, like, get it out of the house as soon as possible, because if you decide it doesn't belong there, there's no reason for it to be there. Um, and you don't want things like just sitting around in your house when you like. I know a lot of people like they have a donation bag, right? And you just keep putting donations in it, um, which is great, but you've got to get it out of the house, because that's the whole goal, right? If you're getting things out of the house, you are doing the decluttering correctly. So, yeah, so keep working if you want to work. Um, don't work if you don't want to work. But good job. Two hours you worked on something. Hopefully you got your tableware and your servingware all sorted out for the holidays. And you are ready to move on to the next thing, right? Like I said, tomorrow we're going to start making some lists of things, because this week we're going to be checking our list and checking things off and figuring out what we need to make this holiday season happen. Yep. So I will see you in your inbox tomorrow. If you're not part of the 30 Days to Ready and you want to join us and get an email from me every morning with a task for you to do, you can sign up for that at How to Stuff Your Home. I'll put it in the comments. How to Stuff Your Home. Oops. Oh, I can't put it. Okay. How to stuff your home.substack.com. Now let me make sure I wrote that all right. Oh, I know why I can't see it. How to stuff your home.substack.com. And you can sign up, you subscribe, and you'll get an email from me in the morning with your task for the day. And you can also go in there and read under 30 Days to Ready. You can read the past 12 days of emails and catch up on what you need to catch up on. So I will see you tomorrow morning in your inbox, or maybe next Saturday here live on YouTube. So have a great weekend. See you next time.